Esta canción se llama Te recuerdo, Amanda, y es una canción que habla del amor de dos obreros de ahora, de esos que usted mismo ve por las calles y a veces no se da cuenta de lo que existe dentro del alma de dos obreros de cualquier fábrica, en cualquier ciudad, en cualquier lugar de nuestro continente. Te recuerdo, Amanda.
Also hallo und herzlich willkommen zur dritten Episode vom Deutschen Donnerstag. Heute wird es ganz, ganz lustig, weil heute werden wir mit der Amanda Deutschunterricht machen.
Ronja är rolig. Vi skrattar åt allting. Och jag är på gott humör när jag är ledsen.
Hej då gumman.
Hej då. Jag har inga syskon.
Caca mat eko Tokang becet Dalamipun sumber kari Berbintang hilang tutupi Ayo tumaniang.
Please welcome the lovely Amanda Pete, everybody. Well, please welcome the lovely Amanda Pete.
Please welcome the adorable Amanda Pete.
Everybody, Amanda Pete. Amanda Pete, everybody. Right back.
Don't do this.
What have you got in your hand there? What's that?
This is just a note from you that I wanted to talk to you about.
Why?
Well, I thought it was really interesting, and I thought you could maybe explain just why you chose this particular card for me.
Daffodils?
Yeah.
I chose it because it was the one in the... I didn't choose it. Did daffodils have a significance for you?
No, I just thought it was just a very feminine choice, and then also it just wasn't really legible, and it just didn't seem like you took a lot of time to write it to me.
Well, you have a problem with my writing?
Well, I just haven't been here in a while, and I thought, oh, I got really excited. They said, this is from Craig, and I got so excited that you were going to say, you know, how have you been? It's been a long time. And then I opened it, and it was just this scribble.
Well, what I meant to say was...
With daffodils on the outside.
Yeah, well, daffodils are, they're Welsh, and it's... Also, it's a Freudian thing for...
Is it the Wordsworth?
Yeah, a host of... Well, that's not really a host of golden daffodils, that's just
it's
like
a coupling.
two. Yeah, it's a coupling of daffodils.
Did you mean anything by that?
Yeah, it's a Freudian thing. It's
Trample on snakes.
Did daffodils have a significance for you?
Some call me a sinner for the things I've done. Born with a heart of stone, fast with a gun. I'm here to get mine, then I'll leave this town. If you're standing in my way, I'll cut you down. You can't take.
Did daffodils have a significance for you?
No, I just thought it was just a very feminine choice.
Those types of topics are really hard for some people to, I don't say grasp, but to talk about.
Time to be inspired, and all you have to do is listen. Obviously not to me. My next guest is the first ever youth poet laureate in the United States. She's just released a powerful new poem, and she's here to share a portion of that with us. And there she is from California, Amanda Gorin. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And you have to explain the title. Fury and Faith is the name of the poem. What is that about?
Correct. Thank you so much for having me. As for Fury and Faith, I was really looking at the racial protests that we were having, and I was hearing a lot of questions about the anger that African Americans were feeling.
Fury and Faith.
Correct. Thank you so much.
Amanda, shut up.
I'm Amanda Fury making my debut. Yeah! No. Yeah! Amanda Fury!
Fury and Faith is the name of the poem.
Fury and Faith.
You read English at Oxford. and plan to write your PhD on Henry James and moral bankruptcy.
Yep.
My first question is, with that background, how did you come to work in fashion?
Stories. I think I'm somebody who... bit of a pathfinder.
She's kind of cute, but then she opens her mouth and she's unattractively smart.
And then she eats lunch.
We're so making her a javelina.
She's gonna have a scarlet pig slapped on her by recess tomorrow.
Hold on, girls. I'm not sure about that. Remember how hurtful it was when Amanda branded us javelinas?
Not me. I was a fox.
Remember the sermon, you reap what you sow?
Mm-hmm.
Amanda started this whole javelina ritual. If her daughter falls victim to it, that's just nature taking its course.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Rich Mitchell's called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 21 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by submission due to an armbar, Amanda Rivas.
Helene with eyes on the game here on Fight Island, being joined by the beautiful and talented Miss Amanda Rivas. You're beautiful either way, okay? But...
And her opponent making her way to the scales. Current champion from Brooklyn, New York, ladies and gentlemen, Amanda, the real deal Serrano.
You know, it's been 4 years since our Granite Mountain Hotshot crew. 19 out of 20 of them were killed by the blaze they were fighting near Yarnell. That was June 30th of 2013. Well, last weekend a movie was put out about them called Only the Brave, and it was showing here. I saw it, and it's called, again, Only the Brave. Very good, as you see. And with us today is a horse rescuer, a farrier, and a photographer, as well as the widow of the superintendent of our Granite Mountain Hotshots, Eric Marsh. Amanda Marsh, great to have you with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
This is an amazing thing, a film. You've been to Hollywood, girl. And, you know, Eric is played by Josh Brolin, and I thought he looked a tremendous bit like him.
He really did. He really embodied him.
Mandy Hutchinson has been teaching for years now, first children and now adults. But one thing she likes to include in all classrooms, teaching inclusion and diversity with board games.
So I'm a teacher by day. I used to teach children. So let me try some other teaching until I can get a regular teaching job. So I work for the federal government, Department of National Defense, and I'm a teacher there. So now I teach adults. My name is Mandy Hutchinson.
When she's not teaching, she's hosting a gaming podcast on the Dice Tower. And she has her own gaming channel, To Die for Games. So she's become quite the expert at incorporating her love for teaching and board games. Andy says although we are on the right track, she's hoping that one day women and people of color will be more represented in board games.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. Well, Kanye West's presidential run is off to another wonderful start.
Republican Senator Kelly Loeffler of Georgia trying to highlight her conservative record by comparing herself in a new ad to Attila the Hun. Really? All right, look.
More conservative than Attila the Hun.
Uh-oh.
I approve this message.
So, eliminate the liberal scribes, Amanda. Someone seems to be taking a cue from President Trump.
Yeah, I wish I could laugh at this, and it's being widely mocked on the internet, and some people are saying it's genius because it's getting so much attention, but I've got to say, I just see something a lot darker given how she's running her campaign.
A dark winter.
And running this just completely unhinged, conspiracy-minded campaign that seeks to project the same kind of ruthlessness in a funny way that Donald Trump does. And this is such a dangerous combination. The projection of ruthlessness, always cloaked in a joke, with this conspiracy-minded thinking that brings out members of the militia. Okay, we see this in Michigan, we see it in Wisconsin, we see it in Georgia. And so I want to laugh at that like everybody else, but I just see something much darker going down that is part of the trickle-down Trump effect that we're witnessing.
A dark winter.
That was team number 141, Amanda and Light. Judges, please hold on 1 second.
Hi. Who are you?
My name is Amanda LeCount.
And where are you from?
I was born in Fort Collins, Colorado, and I now live in Los Angeles.
So what are you going to show us tonight?
I'm going to dance.
You're gonna dance?
Yes.
Great. We need some dances today.
Yeah.
I don't dance, I work. I don't play, I slay. I don't work, I strut, and then sashay.
I hope Amanda is ready.
The king is back.
Trample on snakes.
Something that we would work with.
Yeah. So for example, with this case of Amanda Seales, if you aren't familiar, she's a black entertainer, part of the cast of Insecure. She's a stand-up comedian you might have seen on HBO. And recently, as well as the last couple of years, she's been involved in a lot of issues and a lot of disputes with people online and in person. I've watched her in a few interviews now, and every time I've seen her, I felt like she exhibits a lot of behavior that indicates to me that she may be a narcissist. You are somebody who loves to be on this platform, you claim to be a crusader, you want to help people with your advice, but you also may not be in the best place to I decided to do some research on Amanda. I'm going to play some clips from her.
Now, your first alert traffic with Amanda DeVoe. Brought to you in part by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
Hi, I'm Amanda Tapping, and I'm biting your bullet for self-worth and where I think the Me Too movement should take us. Okay, and what's happening in a positive way from the Me Too movement is that women are standing up for each other. And we're working together, and we're supportive. And every time I get together with women, it's about what can I do for you? How can I help you? How can you help me? How can we help each other? It's a rising up in a really organic and beautiful and authentic way.
An upheaval, a massive change is required right now, one that leads to a new collective consciousness, a new collective evolution of the human race.
That's not about we're going to prove those men wrong. It's about how can we help each other. And I think that that collective power is frightening some people.
All around the country, we're seeing people marching and organizing. People are saying time's up and enough's enough. We're quickly turning a corner where people are saying this stuff matters. Personal conduct matters. Here in California, I believe we can meet our moment in history. That work starts right here and right now.
We're here at Hillary Clinton's headquarters now going to talk to two of her senior advisors about the campaign and about this headquarters and the culture thereof. Joining us now, Amanda Renteria is the National Political Director. Marlon Marshall is the Director of States. We're going to have to figure out what that means in the course of this interview. That seems like an awesome title that somebody worked for Napoleon would have had. Amanda, start with you. Not everybody who's watching knows you've got a big title. A political director is a huge thing. Just tell us a little bit about your political background, how you ended up as Hillary Clinton's political director for this campaign.
Well, I think it does start where I grew up in a small town, but I ended up becoming the first Latina chief of staff in the United States Senate, and really got a chance to see her as a senator and really watch her career and watch a woman rise.
Evil's being let out of the pit right now. I can feel it rising.
Isn't it a bitch?
Due to unforeseen circumstances, the Glorious Gowns print campaign will be unable to meet its deadline.
The layout was printed incorrectly, and the earliest we can get the corrected version back is 2 days.
I'm sorry. The account was Amanda Woodward's responsibility, and she led me to believe...
Is this an ad agency or a playground?
I only meant...
To shift accountability. I'm going to miss the June Bride deadlines.
No, you won't, Mr. McGovern. Allison's right. It was my responsibility. Mr. Chairman, I either leave D&D and take my accounts with me, or I stay as president. This is outrageous. So is the fact that Goldcrest Printing gave Allison a discount, but she failed to pass it on to the client.
She's lying. What's going on here? I have taken this company
And sent it into a downward spiral.
The only mistake I ever made was not firing you, you conniving bleach blonde piece of dirt.
Ladies! We'll take it from here.
Who are you people?
That's a national security matter. And if I were you, I wouldn't probe the situation too closely. Rich boy.
In the Caribbean, the San Boquero volcano went active during the night, sending a cloud of ash miles into the air. Geologists predict a devastating eruption sometime within the week. Sources report the Justice League has offered to help the Boqueron authorities with the evacuation. Closer to home, the political world is still reeling from Lex Luthor's surprise announcement of his candidacy for President of the United States. Overnight polling among likely voters shows Luthor to be within striking distance of both major party candidates.
Get dressed. It's time we talked. Amanda Waller. Born in East St. Louis, Rhodes Scholar, PhD in political science, served in intelligence under 3 administrations. Disappeared from public life 4 years ago.
Am I supposed to be impressed? Maybe I should rattle off your resume now.
It's called Ew.
Road because I was missing something in fashion. I was missing something that inspired me at the very beginning, and that was emotion. So much is actually stitched into the clothes that what you collect around you is almost like a library. It's almost like a forest where each ring in every tree tells its story. And we wanted, the idea for this project was really to bring this voyage through cloth to life along a route map of emotional flashpoints.
Hey guys, it's Amanda and I'm going to be singing Someone Like You. A lot of people have requested it.
Amanda Todd.
The FBI today released photos of jewelry, clothing, accessories, and other items found in David Parker Ray's homes.
Ray was a serial rapist who kidnapped and tortured his victims. Agents believe he was also a serial killer. And tomorrow, a new search for bodies starts in an area around Elephant Butte Lake that has gone dry. News 13's Amanda Goodman is in the Newsplex with more.
Dick, Diane, agents say if the remains are there, they will find them. In the meantime, they're hoping people will recognize the items in the photos and come forward. Agents also hope the public can help them identify these items, which could perhaps lead them to more victims. The FBI believes some of Ray's victims could still be alive, but some of them may not have even known what happened to them because oftentimes Ray would drug them. They're asking anyone who recognizes the items to call police. Diane?
Okay, Amanda.
Amanda, je te présente mon grand frère, Luciano, qui passe son temps en voyage d'affaires.
Ravi de vous rencontrer. Amanda Solis.
Enchanté.
สวัสดีค่ะ MUT 97 Amanda Obdum. I am 27 years old and I am from Phuket, so naturally I am an island girl. Growing up, competing in a pageant was never in my vision, but I saw that the role of pageantry have changed throughout the years. It's no longer about the crown, but rather the platform that you can use to inspire and empower others.
If I were to represent Thailand, honestly, I would just show everyone myself. Because I often get critiqued of being half Thai, half Canadian. But what I want to say here today is trample on snakes. So I want to show you all of me, all of my Thainess, because I am Thai. Thank you.
All right, Amanda!
Anoche fue a la casa y vomitó toda la verdad.
¿Qué verdad?
Él y Josefina han sido amantes durante mucho tiempo. Y esto ha durado hasta hace muy pocos días.
Look at this. Look at how demonic this is. I mean, it's right in your face! These stupid ass people. Come in, man. Just shut the F up. Hey, take that and shove it up your cake hole.
Years ago, I decided I was going to come on this show, sing a song that I've written for Amanda.
Do it for me, Peter.
Okay.
Come on.
Had to overcome fear just to get this near. Amanda, one so dear. Crisscross I appear.
There's no hope.
Trample on snakes.